Today we're going to take the derivatives of log and exponential functions. So let's start with the derivative of log of any base is 1 over x ln a. So what this means is if our function is log base 3 of x, the derivative would be 1 over x ln 3. Now let's say it wasn't just of x, that we had some function of x, which we'll call u. The derivative would be 1 over u ln a times the derivative of u with respect to x. So let's change our function now. Let's keep this with log base 3, but instead we'll do this of 5x. So the derivative is 1 over 5x ln 3 times the derivative of 5x, which is just 5. There is a special case and that's the natural log of x. So the derivative of the natural log of x would be 1 over x ln of the base, and ln has a base of e. But ln of e is 1, so the derivative of ln x is just 1 over x. Then if we needed to use the chain rule, this would be u ln e times du dx. And again, ln of e is 1, so we're just looking at 1 over u du dx. So for example, let's say our function is ln of x squared, f prime would be 1 over u times the derivative of u, which is just 2x. Okay, now for the exponential functions. If we were to take the derivative of a to the x, the derivative is itself still a to the x times ln a. So if our function is 2 to the x, the derivative would be 2 to the x times ln of 2. And then with the chain rule, this would work the same way, but we'd have to multiply by the derivative of u. So if this was instead 2 to the x to the 5th, the derivative would be 2 to the x to the 5th times ln of 2 times 5x to the 4th. And we have a special case here too, and that's the derivative of e to the x. So that would be e to the x times ln of e, but we know that ln of e is 1, so the derivative of e to the x is just e to the x. The derivative of e to the u is e to the u ln e du dx, which is just e to the u du dx. So for example, if we had e to the 9x, the derivative would be e to the 9x times 9. So here's what we want to know. We want to know that the derivative of log base a is 1 over x ln a, and the derivative of log base a of u is 1 over u ln a times the derivative of u. And we want to know our special case, that the derivative of ln x is 1 over x And the derivative of ln u is 1 over u du dx. Then for our exponential functions, we want to know that the derivative of a to the x is a to the x ln a, that the derivative of a to the u is a to the u ln a, ln a times du dx. And here we have a special case again. The derivative of e to the x is just e to the x. And the derivative of e to the u is e to the u du dx.